speaker will be Miss Ayanna. Woo.
Thank you, and I applaud everyone that's here. And don't be discouraged by the numbers. We are making a serious impact upon this city with this police brutality. Why is it that we are not hearing an outcry regarding this injustice against Jordan Miles? How can an investigation allow 3 undercover policemen to be found not guilty of all charges? To think that Jordan Miles could be charged with misconduct and resisting arrest is an effort to justify the brutal beating of Jordan Miles. Let us take an overall common sense view of this situation. One young black teenager, honor student at the Creative Performing Arts School in downtown Pittsburgh, weighing about 120 pounds, would not in his wildest, worst nightmare attack 3 white, well-armed, well-trained undercover policemen at night in the heart of the hood. These policemen together weighed approximately 500 pounds. Jordan Miles lives in the neighborhood for all his 18 years. Looking at these 3 white men walking up on him, Jordan Miles immediately identified them as undercover police officers, as we call them in the hood, the jump out boys. Jordan's first reaction would be to freeze, not knowing what they wanted from him, just leaving the store in his neighborhood on the way home. No need to identify themselves. He already knew who they were. This was not one white-looking, drugged-out individual. We are talking about 3 well-built, healthy, clear skin, looking fresh, clean clothes, clean hair, and not 1, but 3 lurking around on a known drug corner. They were the police. Not jumping out on drug dealers. They already know who they are, and they let them flourish in our communities. Everyone that lives in our community knows the difference between the drug boys and the jump out boys. When they approached him in 3s, remember now, 3 to 1, total weight for them about 500 pounds, this honor student didn't suddenly become a total fool and resist arrest. He answered their questions, removed what was in his pockets, a soda bottle. He had no reason to resist anyone or anything, since there was absolutely nothing they could have been arresting him for, and he was smart enough to know that. My personal question is, what type of man would do this to an innocent teenager? On his way home, stopped in his neighborhood at his neighborhood store and beat him until almost to death. Is there not one, Richard, Mike, or David, these are the 3 police officers, that admit that they were completely and totally wrong? Which one would admit that this beating was unprovoked by Jordan Miles? Admit this beating was provoked by them for their own personal reasons, and only they know. Were they out to get someone just as long as they looked like Jordan Miles? Is there not one of these police officers, Mike, Richard, or David, that at night, when it's all quiet, does their guilt wake them up? Do they wrestle with the truth of what really happened to Jordan Miles? Which one of them really want to serve and protect, not beat innocent children and hide behind a badge? Which one of them have sleepless nights, depressed, family problems? Going to church gives them no peace. It only makes them want to scream out the truth regarding Jordan Miles. Richard, Mike, or David, which one of you look at your children with tears in their eyes for feeling the shame of what you've done and who you have become? Shame on you all. Department of Justice and FBI, shame on you for blatantly disregard for the truth and fair representation of all people. Shame on you. And not last but least, our black police chief, Nate Harper. The black community had so much hope with you as Pittsburgh's chief. You grew up in our communities that receive these worst treatments. From your police officers, you know the truth about this situation. It's nothing new. Double shame on you, black man. Stephen Zapala, the ball is in your court. You now have the chance to right this terrible miscarriage of justice. Everyone here wants you to do the right thing by getting to the real truth and charge Richard, Mike, and David for the blatant and unprovoked incident regarding Jordan Miles. Shame on you all for not speaking on behalf of this young, fine black man, Jordan Miles, and telling the truth about what really happened that day. That you three decided to beat someone almost to death, and it just happened to turn out to be Jordan Miles.
Thank you, Sister Ayanna.